a tangent.
It's not on a tangent. You're just misrepresenting him now.
That's fine. That's fine. Can we also, when there's a cross-examination, can we stick to answering? So when I request that the interlocutor stays and answers the question and the argumentation, because there will be arguments presented which he needs to engage with.
Basically, aql is everyone to be able to speak and to make basic, conversation and basic points. You need aql.
Liban, you had a chance.
The debate didn't start. The debate.
You had a chance. You pulled out. So can we have? It's gonna.
Bro, wait. I don't know who you are. I've never ever met you. I've never spoken to you. I don't know who you are from the rat in the street. Okay. So look, basically he's
already insulting.
No, you're making jabs. You say
Liban,
you don't use aql.
Liban.
So you're lying.
One second.
Brother,
you had an opportunity to engage.
Guys, can you just calm down?
You're the one insulting. You're the one insulting.
صلي على النبي أحمد. Liban, please صلوا على النبي يا جماعة. Let's find this debate and let's do this debate. He's here. Okay.
The point.
Assalamu alaikum to the Muslimin.
Alaikum assalam.
Okay, guys, everybody pause, okay, because I'm the host at the end of the day. Ahmed, the debate didn't start yet, so it's not like a back and forth. You did say something about M24, and I want the bench to clarify.
Yo, Doc, assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam.
Bro, seeing how you guys already acting, I know you guys are not going to be able to moderate this well. You want me to moderate this?
No, that's fine.
You can hang up here.
No. Ask the doc. Can we have it just me and M24?
What's happening?
And yourself.
Up to y'all.
Yeah. No, it's fine. Ahmed, it's fine. Everyone's going to stay on mute. Let's start the debate. I think that no need for any more.
Because there will be interjection. So it's just going to be me.
What's the problem, Doc?
Ahmed, guys, Ahmed and M24, give me a second. Guys, we want to start the debate. I don't want to debate about the debate. That's what I think is happening.
Exactly.
Just let us take care of it. We're hosting it and moderating it, okay?
I just want to say one thing, Doc, if that's fine, inshallah.
Yeah, go ahead.
If someone else is going to show his scans for him, and this is, just my opinion, Muhammad can say what he wants. He can agree to it or disagree to it. But then that's basically someone else helping him, because he could miss a point, and Ikhwan al-Safa could show a scan on his screen. He could forget a scan, and Ikhwan al-Safa could bring up the scan without talking. Okay, so I don't agree to that condition. I think that would be unfair, to be honest.
But he's only going to be.
He's not going to be speaking, Liban. He's not going to be speaking.
He doesn't need to speak.
This was.
Let me and Doc moderate. Ahmed, you really need to just stay on mute, brother, and let me handle this, and let Haq handle this. Okay. All right, Liban, I think it's fine because of one reason. Because he's not going to just have his screen up with random pictures like a slideshow. Ahmed's going to ask for or make a statement, say the reference, and then we're going to be like, okay, put up the reference, and then the guy's going to put it up. He's not going to put the reference before Ahmed makes the point. Okay?
Yeah, I agree with that.
Okay, so that's fair.
Yeah. Doc, now that it's your show, who do you want to go first?
It don't matter to me, bro. M24.
I'm confused. What was the problem? This guy needs someone to show scans for him?
Yeah, bro. He's just got to.
If you want, he could help you debate as well. It's no problem. It could be 2 versus 1.
We don't. I know.
I'm being serious. If he wants, it could be 2 versus 1.
Passionate.
He's putting the scans. He's not engaging in the debate. I'll be debating.
No, I'm saying if you need him to engage with you, he could help.
No, I don't need.
It's already been approved.
I've seen you debate. You don't.
Guys, it's already been approved. It's already been approved. And let's just get on with the debate.
You want me to go first? I can go first if you.
All right, Ahmed, you can go first. Ask the doc. You want to set a timer for 5 minutes, and let's begin.
Yeah.
All right, for those who have just joined, I'll read out the structure one more time very quickly before the debate kicks off. 5-minute opening statements, 3 times 5-minute rounds of rebuttals from each speaker. I'll be managing that. There'll be 3 times 2-minute cross-examinations from each speaker, and then we'll have 3 questions from the audience. There'll be 2-minute response times from both of these brothers, and then we'll have 5-minute closing statements to finish off the debate. Ground rules: no cursing, no swearing, maintain good moral character, and let knowledge do all the talking. Not anger, not arrogance, but only knowledge. And that's what we're here to do, and hopefully hear from 2 sides. With that being said, Doc, go right ahead and let's begin.
All right. Okay, your 5 minutes started. You can go ahead.
Okay. Can you give Ikhwan big screen? Because when I'm going to be speaking, I want Ikhwan to be posted.
I'm not sure who did that.
Yeah.
Guys, mods don't, Pally Rage, please. Just, guys, don't touch the mods. Go ahead.
Yeah, okay. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. So today we'll be destroying the Sunni Hadith corpus because the claim is, the topic of the Hadith, the debate is Imams versus Sahaba. Who should the Muslims take knowledge from? Who should they follow? Now, there are two issues with this. One is the claim of the Sunnis to be following the Prophet through the companions is objectively not established. Okay, so before I begin, I wanted to just make the interlocutor aware of who he's debating and what our usul are. So we follow the rationalist usuli school, okay, where we do not take khabar al-ahad as qat'i dalil. Okay, so just remember this: any hadith or anything he brings, if it's akhbar al-ahad, solitary narrations, and this is the consensus of the usulis, especially in matters of usul al-din and aqidah and so forth, akhbar al-ahad are not taken. So that's one of the usul. The other usul is we don't presume, we don't grant Sunni rijalism to be objectively true or historical, because this is just circular reasoning that was developed much later when the isnads were already, formed. Basically the scholars that came up with this isnad, quote unquote science, they already made their minds as who was, part of the Ahl Sunnah and who was part of Ahl Bid'ah and so forth. So this is one point. The other point, we presume the historicity of Sunni Hadith, the Adalat al-Sahaba, as per the Sunni Hadith themselves, gets destroyed. Okay, so the first thing I'll be showing is that Sunni Hadith, as even Shaykh al-Islam Yasir Qadi said, they cannot be shown to go back to the Prophet at any stage. There is a narration from Ali ibn al-Madini. Ikhwan, can you put in Kitab al-Ilal of Ali ibn al-Madini, who is one of the giant scholars of Ilm al-Rijal, because Sunni Hadith basically go back to 6 individuals. Okay, so this is basically what modern historians also agree with, that Sunni Hadith, they have a choke point. So people like Zuhri, Qatada, these guys, the 6 that Ali ibn al-Madini names, are the ones who majority of the Sunni Hadith go to. And after that, you cannot establish the historicity to the Prophet, to even the companions. So I want M24 to bring me one hadith, or even several, or one, that objectively can be shown to go back to the Prophet or to the companions. So that's one challenge. Now, what is our principles? He's going to say, okay, well, you guys have just made your own usul and so forth. No, our usul is consistent with the rational school of Tashayyu'. We have 11 principles in accepting and rejecting a hadith and the probability. One is the degree of the solitariness. So how prevalent is a hadith in the general Islamic corpus? The other one is linguistic and conceptual anachronisms. A hadith that are generally anachronisms or anachronistic, they are forged. And a lot of the hadith that are anachronistic, they developed later in the formative Sunni hadith science. The rhetorical structure and register of expression. So in the early Islam, before the Kufan and Basran grammarians codified Arabic grammar, the Arabs spoke in certain rhetorical structure and expressions that obviously language evolves over time. So this is we can go, if M24 is really interested, we can go over it. But the other one is obviously, even if we presume the historicity of the Sunni hadith, there are problems with the adalat al-Sahaba, and that goes down the bin because the Sahaba fought and killed each other. They disagreed over the Quran. They had different aqidas. Some of them would be bughat and munafiqeen. I yield my time now.
All right, we're going to go to M24 for his opening statement.
Yeah, alhamdulillah, wa salatu wassalamu ala rasulillah. Amma ba'd. So first of all, it's beautiful to see that even the Shia are confused in the comments, right? This is how you know, we're not off to a good start, especially when we're quoting Yasir Qadi. But the first thing is that the topic is, who should we follow? Should we follow the Sahaba or should we follow the Imams? The guy drifted everything to, like, instead of speaking about the Sahaba or the Imams, to Hadith science. No issues, we'll take you to Hadith science, don't worry. We'll attack your Hadith corpus, inshallah. We're going to show that your Hadith corpus stands on straws. Now, there's no timer, by the way.
Yeah, Doc, I put that in the comments for you. I didn't want to interrupt the brother. There was no time. Go ahead.
Okay, beautiful. So the first thing that I want to address is that he said that there is no, anything I'm going to bring, right? So this is how he's defending himself. He's saving himself before the debate even began. He said, guys, any hadith that he's going to bring is going to, most likely going to be khabar ahad. And we only take tawatur, right? We only take tawatur. So I'm going to first quickly respond to this. And then I'm going to actually stick to the topic, which is why we follow the Sahaba, we as Ahl Sunnah follow the Sahaba, and why we believe that following the Sahaba is the correct path in understanding the religion of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So I want to start off firstly by presenting what his scholars say about his own hadith corpus. This is Majma' al-Rasail by al-Khu'i. He speaks about the four main Shia books. He says, روايات الكتب الأربعة ليست قطعية الصدور. That when it comes to the narrations of the four books, they're not qat'i. You can't rely on them in terms of them being qat'i. He says, ذهب جماعة من المحدثين إلى أن روايات الكتب الأربعة قطعية الصدور وهذا القول باطل من أصله. He says that some of the Shia scholars have said that the narrations of the four books are qat'i, and this is false, that you can't rely on them as being qat'i. What does he say in the bottom? Right, because he said he's going to only take mutawatir things. Let's see if you even have mutawatir narrations to begin with. Do you think your hadith science is, or your hadith corpus is something that could even reach tawatur? He says, أولا أن أصحاب الأئمة عليهم السلام وإن بذلوا غاية جهدهم واهتمامهم في أمر الحديث وحفظه مع الضياع والاندراس حسب ما أمرهم به الأئمة عليهم السلام إلا أنهم عاشوا في دور التقية ولم يتمكنوا من نشر الأحاديث علنا فكيف بلغت هذه الأحاديث حد التواتر أو قريبا منه. He says that the Imam's companions who brought these ahadith to us today, they lived in a state of taqiyya. Yes, they tried to do their best of bringing these narrations to us, but due to them living in taqiyya, they weren't able to properly bring these narrations to us. So we can't even say that any of our ahadith are mutawatir. He says, even close to mutawatir. So forget trying to cop yourself out and say, oh, you have to bring me mutawatir hadith. Habibi, your own scholars are saying your hadith corpus is so garbage because of taqiyya, right, that you don't have any mutawatir narrations, even close to mutawatir, right? Anyways, so when it comes to the aqeedah of Ahl Sunnah, the reason we follow the Sahaba is because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in many places praises Sahaba. And for anyone who has not came across these ayats, I'm going to list a few, right? Our aqeedah firstly stems from the Quran. If you go to, for example, Surah At-Tawbah verse 9, 100, or chapter 9 verse 100, chapter 48 verse 18, chapter 48 verse 2, Surah Al-Hashr verse 59. If you go to chapter 8 verse 74, chapter 4 verse 115, chapter 9 verse 117, chapter 3 verse 110, chapter 33 verse 23, chapter 57 verse 10, chapter 24 verse 55, ila akhirih. All these ayats are all ayats of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, right? Praising the Sahaba and commanding to follow the Sahaba. Now, yes, this is just my introduction, but in my next rebuttal or whatever it's gonna be, we'll go into detail about who these Sahaba are and whether we truly follow them and how we're supposed to follow them. Right? Now, generally, of the concept of adalat al-Sahaba today, we're going to dismantle the Shia religion, right? And you're not going to be this is not going to be something you're used to, Ahmed. You're going to be in foreign territory today, inshallah. We're going to be speaking about the concept of taqiyya and how the concept of taqiyya is all you need to destroy this religion. Whether you're an atheist, you'll know that this religion is batil. Whether you're a Sunni, you're going to know this religion is batil. Or whether you're a Shi'i yourself, you're going to apostatize from this religion and see how this aqidah is batil just from the concept of taqiyya. Go ahead.
All right, thank you, M24, for your 5-minute opening statement. So both speakers have given 5-minute opening statements. We're going to go now into 3 rounds of 5-minute rebuttals. Ahmad, you've got 5 minutes for your first round of rebuttal.
Yeah, so notice that he didn't address any of the points that I raised. The whole fabrication of the Sunni hadith corpus that relies on 6...
I don't want to interrupt you. I'll give you your time back, but I'm not sure if this is your first ever formal debate.
Why are you interjecting, Akhi?
I'm going to give you your time back.
Yeah.
You said he didn't address, and I'm telling you that it's his opening statement. He's not into his rebuttal yet.
No, but he tried to. He tried to in his introduction. That's fine. That's fine. Why are you interrupting, bro?
Doc, let them say whatever they want in their opening statement.
Can you give me an extra minute, please?
I gave you your time.
Okay. So in the Muqaddimah of Sahih Muslim, okay, this is one of the most authentic books. Imam Muslim starts his book by quoting one of the pillars of hadith, Yahya bin Sa'id al-Qattan, who says that he did not see any of the Salaf or any of the Salihin, because he's one of the Imams of the Salaf. He says, let me just get the quote, قال لم نرى الصالحين في شيء أكذب منهم في الحديث. That I did not see any one of the righteous predecessors. Then that's who he's referring to, because the muhaddithin during his time are the Salaf, and he quotes it from. So he did not see any of the Salihin lying in more than they lied about in hadith. Okay, so this is a response to him that saying that our hadith is authentic and all this. So even the Salihin imagine you open a book, Sahih Muslim, one of the 2 most important books of your school, and it starts with the saying that the Salihin lied about hadith more than they lied about anything else. Okay, so that's one. The other one is that he's attacking the Shia hadith, when the Shia hadith, their attributions to Al-Baqir, Ja'far al-Sadiq, and Musa al-Kadhim alayhim as-salam are more historical and objectively proven. Can you give Ikhwan al-Safa the screen? Ikhwan, can you put Ibn Taymiyyah's statement? Ibn Taymiyyah, in his book Ar-Rad al-Subki, he says, let me just get the... Yeah, so he says in his book, he says what majority of what the Shia narrate from the Imams of Ahlul Bayt, majority of what they narrate from the Imams like Al-Baqir and As-Sadiq and so on are sincere and honest and true. Okay, he says they're true with majority of what they narrate from the Imams. So even his Imams is confirming that, and he's talking about who? As-Saduq and Murtaza and Tusi. So he mentions it in his book. Okay, so that's one thing. The other one is that our hadith, the historicity of it to Imam Ja'far al-Sadiq alayhi salam, is more objective. We don't have to assume Shia Rijal science like we do with the Sunni Rijal science for our hadith to work, the circular reasoning. You can objectively show multiple common links that go back to Ja'far al-Sadiq that go back to Musa al-Kadhim. So even scholars who are not Shia or Sunni, they would attest to what we know from Ja'far al-Sadiq is more historical than, for example, the claims that Sunnis make. Not only that, but the Tabi'een, for example, Ikrama and Nafi', there is actually a statement of Ibn Umar saying to Nafi', do not lie to me, do not attribute lies to me like the slave of Ibn Abbas has attributed lies to him. So these are the major muhaddithin that were accused of lying. Ikrama and Nafi', they're two greatest of the Tabi'een in the Sunni hadith corpus. They were accused of being liars. And Ibn Umar is basically advising his slave not to do that. He didn't address the fact that Sunni hadith revolves around those six that Ibn al-Madini is quoting. So that's one thing that he needs to address. He still needs to bring a hadith that objectively shows that it goes back to any of the companions or the Prophet. So the other one is Adalat al-Sahaba. Okay, so because since this is a topic, this is a debate, we're arguing Imama versus Sahaba. Even if we presume, let's for the sake of argument grant the Sunni hadith the historicity. I mean, there are certain historical reports that are, no one disputes, like the battles that happened between the Sahaba. And we'll go with the ayat that you quoted and see what your own mufassirin have said about them. The wars that the companions had, they would make them munafiqeen and people of hellfire according to your scholars. And we'll bring that inshallah as well.
Okay.
All right. Let's go to M.
Seconds, dude.
Let's go to M24 for his first 5-minute rebuttal.
Haq, I think you should just clarify to the brother that there's 5 minutes of introduction. You don't attack a person's M24 was not supposed to, in his 5 minutes of introduction, respond to any of his points. That's what the rebuttal is for. So you can't say he didn't address. He wasn't supposed to address. He's doing his introduction. Now he'll address those points.
Yeah, so first thing, Doc, before my time starts, I want to request that everything that he brings, he shows on screen. He didn't show the thing in Sahih Muslim, in the Muqaddimah of Sahih Muslim. And I'm requesting that he reads it in Arabic, just like how I did, and follow it up with a translation, right? Because there are a couple of things that he mistranslated, okay? And
that's fair. But can we start the timer, Doc?
Yeah, so I'm just pointing that out. So make him read it in Arabic, okay? And then translate it. So first thing, right, we're going to respond to his claims. The first thing I want to substantiate is first my claim about the Aqidah of Ahl Sunnah of Adalat al-Sahaba. What did I say and what did I define Adalat al-Sahaba as? I defined Adalat al-Sahaba is that generally the qa'idah that we believe that the Sahaba did not lie against the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and they were truthful in the transmission of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam's ahadith and sayings. Now, let's see. Is this backed up by the Aqidah of Ahl Sunnah, or is the Aqidah of Ahl Sunnah backed up? Yeah. And I don't even need to go as far as proving it from my books. I could do it very simply from the Shia books. All it takes is one narration to completely destroy this guy's perception of Adalat al-Sahaba, whether it's actually a valid concept or not. This is thaqalain.net, Shia website, Shia version of Sunnah.com. This is Al-Kafi, Book 2, Chapter 21, chapter on the differences in Al-Hadith. I said to Abu Abdullah, and he say that the transmissions of Ja'far al-Sadiq are reliable? Beautiful. So let's see if this is reliable. I said to the Imam, Abu Abdullah alayhi salam, it confuses me when I ask you a question and you give me an answer, and the other person comes and you give a different answer to the same question. The Imam replied, we answer people in a larger and reduced forms. I then asked, did the Sahaba, the companions of the Holy Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam, speak the truth when narrating his ahadith, or lies when narrating his hadith? So now, the Imam is going to tell us, are the Sunnis correct in believing that the Prophet's companions didn't lie against the Prophets? Or is he going to say, no, the Shia are correct and they did lie against the Prophet? Let's see. The Imam replied, they spoke the truth. What did he say? They spoke the truth. This is what? Al-Kafi. I don't even need to go to my corpus. Al-Majlisi Mir'at al-Uqul fi Sharh Akhbar al-Rasul, volume 1, page 216. He says this hadith is Hasan. And Al-Majlisi says, وَالْحَسَنْ يَحْتَجُّ كَالصَّحِيحِ. Al-Hasan is an authority just like the Sahih. His own Imam is telling him, hey Shia, believe in the concept of Adalat al-Sahaba, because the Sahaba did not lie against the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Okay? Now, he mistranslated, or maybe just due to ignorance, what he said about Imam Muslim, what he brought in the Muqaddimah of Sahih Muslim. He said that they said that the people of Ahlul Hadith were liars. He brought the statement of Yahya ibn Sa'id al-Qattan, okay? And in the Muqaddimah of Sahih Muslim, where he says that they were liars, he said that they were liars. Let's see if kadhib here means liars, or does it mean khata? Let's see. Let's go to Lisan al-Arab. If you go to Lisan al-Arab, volume 1, you go to the word kadhib, or kadhib, right? He says, وَقَدْ إِسْتَعْمَلَتْ الْعَرَبْ الْكَذِبْ فِي مَوْضِعِ الْخَطَأ. That the Arab used the word kadhib in the place of khata. This shubha that you brought isn't anything new, I promise you, right? Your Salaf brought it before, and alhamdulillah, Ahl Sunnah responded to it. So, the word kadhib or kadhib, right? According to Arabic lexicons and Arabic dictionaries, is used in the place of mistakes. So he wasn't speaking about them lying. He's speaking about them making mistakes. Now, like I said, I don't know if you intentionally did this or you're just ignorant of this. Now, the thing about Ibn Taymiyyah, I'll quickly go over. Ibn Taymiyyah himself, in that own scan, when he says that the Rafida, not majority of the time, actually transmitted the truth, he speaks in the matters of fiqh. This is why he says, مَا يَنْقِلُونَهُ مِنَ الشَّرِيعَةِ. In your own quote, he says that. So this is speaking about fiqh. And even then, the words of Ibn Taymiyyah could be up to dispute, but even then that wouldn't be problematic. If he's saying in fiqh, there's no issue with that. Now, I have a couple questions for this guy. Didn't I say we're going to go with the angle of taqiyya? Yes, we're going to go with the angle of taqiyya. So I have 3 questions and I want you to write them down and answer them in your next time. My first question is, give me your definition of taqiyya, or give me what you believe as taqiyya, and I want you to bring it from an imam or a scholar. Second question is, when is taqiyya used? Also bring it from an imam and a scholar. Third question is, how and when is taqiyya used? Bring it from an imam and a scholar. Those are 3 questions, and based off of his answer of these 3 questions, we're going to attack the concept of following the Shia corpus or the imams.
Thank you, M24. We're now going to go to the second round of 5-minute rebuttal. To both speakers and to the audience, the topic here is imams or sahaba. Who should I follow? So I think, and I'm hoping we're going to dive deeper into that. And I know we've been talking about the hadith sciences and whether or not they're credible. But we're going to go to Ahmed for his second round of 5-minute rebuttal.
Yeah, so he said, read the quote from the Muqaddimah of Muslim. No problems. So if you وحدثني محمد بن أبي عتاب قال حدثني عفان عن محمد بن يحيى بن سعيد القطان عن أبيه قال لم نرى الصالحين في شيء أكذب منهم في الحديث. Okay, so the usual copium for this, in Muslim does this straight after narrating 2 strands for this hadith from Yahya bin Sa'id. He says that they did not lie on purpose, but since they narrated this, so this is just a copium that they scholars see. The reason these guys are shook is because the shubahat that we'll be giving to the audience today, that the Sahaba, not only the Sunni Hadith corpus does not go back to the Sahaba, as his Shaykh Yasir al-Qadi has even realized, that even if you presume that these historical events that took place, like the wars between the Sahaba. So he's presuming, he said, we believe that the Sahaba to be all, not lying against the Prophet. What's your proof for that? You just quoted some verses of the Quran. None of those verses say that 100,000 plus people that saw the Prophet, all of them, it's an impossibility. It's a metaphysical or impossibility for these people to lie. When they could unalive each other, when they could do all sorts of fisq and fujur and nifaq, that this guy is placing an ad hoc condition that's nowhere to be found. He's just presuming that. He's just begging the question on this issue. Now, the other the other points that he said, and I will address that. You go to, let me just, the kadhb, that he said that the kadhb here means khata. So, Ikhwan, can you post the omission from Bukhari and Muslim where Asma bint Umays accuses Umar ibn al-Khattab of kadhb, and here this doesn't work because Umar's response in this is that his response is that I'm not deviating from the truth. So this khata here is used in the context of lying and not a mistake. And that's an omission by Bukhari of the same hadith. So that's one thing. The other thing is they committed more than just lying. The Sahaba actually killed and unalived each other. Okay, so we know, for example, Imam al-Shafi'i, Ahmad, Yahya bin Ma'in, and others, they said that the ahkam of fighting the bughat are all al-Shafi'i. Ikhwan, can you post the scan from Imam al-Shafi'i, from Ahmad and Yahya bin Ma'in, that states that the ahkam of fighting the bughat from al-Shafi'i is all based on the wars of Imam Ali alayhi salam. So these companions that you guys, they are actually unalived and killed each other. This is worse than lying, actually, because there's a hadith in your books that states that when two Muslims fight against each other, both of them will be in hellfire. So Fath al-Jawad, the Sharh al-Irshad. Let me just. One second, let me just get the. Yeah, so وقد قال الشافعي أخذت أحكام البغاة من قتال علي لمعاوية. So the ahkam of fighting the bughat, al-Shafi, the whole, from the beginning to the end, are all from the wars of Amir al-Mu'mineen, Ali alayhi salam. Okay? So fighting not just the Khawarij, but Aisha and Muawiyah as well. So that's, fighting is according to some narrations, killing and unaliving a believer is actually kufr. So without a doubt, these companions who killed Ammar, and even in your own books, what did they fall into? Was this fisq? This is worse than lying. Okay, so I will yield the time. It's almost finished.
Right, we're going to go to the second round of 5-minute rebuttal for Brother M24.
Yeah, Doc, I have no issues giving him extra time. Can he please answer my 3 questions? Can you give him a minute if he has?
You can do that in cross-examination.
Yeah. You can
So he can just not answer questions? Okay, that's weird. Anyways, so the time ended.
Yeah, I started it.
Okay, so look, I'm gonna start off by once again answering his question. He didn't respond to the thing about Sahih Muslim. He just said, oh, it's a copium. Habibi, you come to my corpus and you do internal critique. You accept what my scholars say. I don't care if you say it's a cope, right? You accept it whether you like it or not. That's called an internal critique. That's how internal critiques work. Now, so the first thing I want to respond to is the thing about Umar ibn al-Khattab. He brought Umar ibn al-Khattab being again accused of kadhib by Asma, right? May Allah be pleased with them both. Once again, it goes back to the first thing that I mentioned, and it goes back to the Arabic language. And you, my friend, are not an Arab, so you don't understand. This is Kitab al-Mufhim lima ashkala min talkhis Sahih Muslim by Al-Qurtubi. He mentions in volume 1, he mentions the narration, كذبت يا عمر, He explains أي أخطأت لا أنها نسبته إلى الكذب الذي يأثم قائله وكثير ما يطلق الكذب بمعنى الخطأ. Once again, كذب here is referred to as خطأ. If you don't understand the Arabic language, it is not my fault. Now, second thing is, he said, your Sahaba were unaliving each other, your Sahaba were bughat, your Sahaba were this and that. Well, if you are saying somebody being classified as a baghi is something to baghi, just to translate to everybody, is a transgressor. If you believe that this is an issue, then your fourth Imam attributes himself to be a transgressor. This is Kitab al-Kafi, volume 5, book 1, chapter 12. He mentions Abu Abdullah has said that a man challenged a certain person from Banu Hashim to fight. He refused to fight. Amir al-Mu'mineen asked, what has made you refuse? He replied, he is an Arab knight and I fear that he may defeat me. Amir al-Mu'mineen said to him, he has transgressed against you. Okay, were you to fight him, you would have defeated him. If a mountain transgresses against a mountain, the transgressor is crushed. Abu Abdullah said, Al-Husayn ibn Ali, his fourth Imam, challenged a man to a fight, and Amir al-Mu'mineen noticed and said, if you do such thing, I will reprimand you. If you are challenged and refuse to a fight, I will also reprimand you. Do you not know that he is a transgressor? Your first Imam is calling the other Imam a transgressor. And where is this narration found? You can find it authenticated in Mu'jam al-Ahadith al-Mu'tabara by Asif al-Muhsini. He says that this narration is authentic, right? And he mentions the word what? Baghi, transgressing. So if you want to attack the Sahaba and say that them being classified as bughat is us nullifying, us taking their hadith and religion from them, then here are your own Imams calling each other bughat. Not just that. He said your Sahaba used to takfir each other, they used to unalive each other, they used to do this and that. Let's see, right? One second, I also want to add the comments of Asif al-Muhsini, right? He says, أقول يدل الحديث على اختلاف نظر أئمة عليهم السلام. He says, and this narration shows that the Imams themselves used to differ. Your Imams, which are supposed to be infallible, are differing with each other. Now quickly, because I literally have nothing to add other than responding to him because he hasn't answered my question, and that's why I'm going to request that the moderators make him answer my 3 questions about taqiyya in the way that I asked, bringing scholarly evidence or an Imam backing him up. In A'yan al-Shi'a, let's see what Muhsin al-Amin says. Alright, so this is Kitab A'yan al-Shi'a, right? Volume 4. Page 134. Let's see if the companions of the Imams who were Shia, let's see what they used to do to each other. It says, ثم إنه يظهر من هذه الترجمة وكثير من التراجم مثل تراجم يونس بن عبد الرحمن وزرارة والمفضل ابن عمر وغير ذلك من أصحاب الأئمة عليهم السلام كانوا يقعون بعضهم في بعض بالانتساب إلى الكفر والزندقة والغلو وغير ذلك بل وفي حضورهم عليهم السلام. So he's saying that the Imams' companions used to call each other kuffar, call each other zanadiqa, call each other liars in the presence of the Imam. In the presence of the Imam. You're trying to attack the Sahaba. Every single thing you're attacking the Sahaba for, your own Imams either fell in it or their companions fell in it. Here are your own Imams' companions calling each other kuffar, takfiring each other, calling each other heretics, accusing them of lying. Right? So once again, 10 seconds left to my time. Please answer my question, and I'm going to repeat the questions one last time if you didn't write them down. What is taqiyya? Bring a scholar or an Imam saying it. When is taqiyya used? Bring a scholar or Imam saying it. How is taqiyya used? Bring a scholar or Imam saying it. Go ahead.
All right, Tom, we're now going to go to the third rebuttal for 5 minutes for Ahmad. Go ahead, Ahmad.
Yeah, so notice he said something. Whatever the companions of the Prophet did, your companions of your Imams fell into it. We don't have a concept of adalat al-sahaba for the companions of the Prophet or the companions of the Imam. So this is just a straw man that companions of the Prophet, just as we believe that these people are not infallible, the companions of the Imams, they fell into different things, just like the companions of the Prophet. So this is like, it's not even a proper argument. He doesn't even understand our beliefs. The companions of the Imams, they're not ma'sumin. So and when he said your imams fell into what the companions fell in. So which war, like the Jamal Siffin and with the imams, where we believe the ones that the imams unalived, are also mu'mineen, are righteous people, and we have to take them from. There is no majority of them, apart from Imam Hassan and Imam Ali alayhi salam, did not lead wars because they were not in government. Okay, so this is another thing. We don't have adalat al-sahaba for the Prophet's companions or the Imam's companions. But notice how he's running away from actually addressing the points of wars between the Sahaba. Okay, Ikhwan, can you put the hadith where the companions were the ones who actually were actually the ones who killed Uthman? Can you put that hadith of Abdurrahman bin Udays al-Balawi? So what do you say to someone who's unalived your Amir al-Mu'mineen? Yeah, so notice our argument is you guys uphold Adalat al-Sahaba. The Sahaba were all these righteous people and so forth. There's a hadith in your own books, or authentic hadith, that the Prophet prophesied the unaliving of Uthman and said that he would be, his shirt would be taken off or ripped apart by the munafiqun. He would be unalived by the munafiqun. Now, when you go to the books of history, the earliest historical books and books of hadith and seerah and so forth, Ibn Sa'ad and Tarikh al-Madinah, Al-Waqidi, all of these historical books, they would show you that the ones who unalived Uthman were the senior companions and the tabi'een. So companions like Abdurrahman bin Udays al-Balawi, Amr ibn al-Hamq al-Khuzai, Abu Ayyub al-Ansari, majority of these people who sided with Imam Ali alayhi salam, and others who later became Khawarij. But it was the Sahaba, the Muhajirin and the Ansar, and the Shia of Ali, who actually took part in the unaliving of Uthman, because they considered him a heretic. And he wasn't even buried. If you put the scans for the burying of Uthman, he was actually prevented from being buried in Al-Baqi, in the Muslim cemetery, by the Ansar, by the people of Medina. His dead body, as it was being carried on a plank, and Imam Malik says this, all the historians, his head was knocking on the plank, and people were pelting his dead body as it was going in the streets of Medina to be buried in a Jewish section of Al-Baqi that later, but the Bani Umayyah incorporated in Al-Baqi. So this is mentioned by the earliest historians. So these are the people that these Salafis want everyone to follow. People who actually, there's contradictions within the Sahaba. The Sahaba, like I said, he hasn't addressed. You are asking Muslims to follow. You are asking Muslims to follow Sahaba who disagreed and unalived each other. So there's a contradiction that you can't reconcile. So should I follow, for example, companions who were Shia, companions who were Rafidis, like Abu Tufail, who's even in Siyar A'lam al-Nubala? Go read his biography. Abu Tufail is actually a Sahabi who was a Shi'i. So what's your opinion on him? And as for the taqiyya, if you want a response for the taqiyya, Sayyid al-Khuwi
actually... By the way, you agreed to read the text. You're not reading the text, by the way.
Which text? I read the Sahih Muslim.
The one you just showed. Your time is finished. Let me just say this. Dear viewers, we're going to go to the third round of 5-minute rebuttal for M24. Now, for all of those saying answer questions, I agree. We are coming up to a three-round, 2-minute cross-examination where M24 can press Ahmed on that exact point that he's been raising, and Ahmed can obviously do the same.
Yeah, but Haq, he needs to read what he shows, yeah?
Okay, so that's fair. I want to say something. So for number one, again, scans are being...
Please, Doc.
Scans are being said, scans are being shown, nothing is being read. Okay? Secondly, no question was answered. He didn't respond to his imam accusing the other imam of being a baghi. He didn't answer my questions about taqiyya. He didn't do any of that, right? Now, he said, you're strawmanning me. We don't have the concept of adalat al-sahaba. Every Sunni, I want you to pull out your notebook and take notes, guys, because look how this guy's gonna get absolutely destroyed here. The reason why I mentioned the companions of Ja'far as-Sadiq, because I know you would exactly say that. We don't believe in adalat al-sahaba. This is Rijal al-Tusi. Let's see what it mentions in the Muqaddimah. He says, قيل إن جميع ما ذكره الشيخ في رجاله من أصحاب الصادق عليهم السلام ثقات. All the companions of Ja'far as-Sadiq are trustworthy. You sure you don't believe in a concept of adalat al-sahaba? You do. The issue is that you guys are zanadiqa, and instead of giving it to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, you guys give it to your imams, because you venerate the imams over the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He says, هذه الدعوة غير قابلة للتصديق. The muhaqqiq himself can't even believe that At-Tusi would believe this. فإنه أريد بذلك أن أصحابه عليه السلام كانوا 4000 وكلهم ثقات. Let's see what he says. He said, we don't believe in the same thing as you guys. We don't believe in عدالة الصحابة. Look what he says. فهي تشبه دعوة أن كل من صحب النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم عادل كما عليه العامة. He said, and this belief that some of our scholars held to, that the companions of Ja'far as-Sadiq are all udul, is similarly how the Sunnis believe all of the companions of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam are what? Are udul. So don't talk about you don't believe in a concept of adalat al-sahaba. I'm teaching you religion as I go. Scan by scan, you're being taught your religion. Right? Now, he didn't, number one, show the narration of Uthman. He just showed it. He just showed it on the screen. He didn't read the sanad. When I bring you a narration, you can ask me to read the sanad. Right? I don't think I've showed any narration except the one in Thaqalain.net, but I showed a grading. So I'm going to request again in his time. I'm going to end my time short. Look, wallahi, we have nothing else to show. He's just getting smoked left and right. He didn't respond to Zayn al-Abidin being called a baghi by his first imam. He didn't respond to the imam's companions takfiring each other, which are all trustworthy. Number 3, he didn't answer my 3 questions about taqiyya. I'm going to end my time short in front of 1,000 people, and I'm going to give him my time. Look how nice we're being to this guy. We're going to ask again. Respond to Zayn al-Abidin. Respond to Adalat al-Sahaba. Respond to my 3 questions of taqiyya. Give him my time. Haq, go ahead, give him my time. And make sure he reads everything in Arabic and translates it. And brings the sanad. I need the sanad.
All right. Well,
give him my time.
You're forfeiting your 1 minute and 30 seconds.
Yeah, he can get his 5 minutes, but he needs to answer.
He can't, hold on, because the rebuttals are over, right, Haq?
Exactly, we're going to go to Q&A.
No, okay, so before Q&A, we're going to give him 2 minutes. That is M24's time that he can answer these questions. Go ahead, 2 minutes.
Yeah, so with taqiyya, if you go to التنقيح في شرح الأروة الوثقى of Sayyid al-Khawi, he's got a whole section on التقية. Okay, so what constitutes التقية and what are the different forms of taqiyya? Okay,
yeah, read it.
So obviously, there are 5 actual different types of taqiyya. Sometimes taqiyya is wajib when you are facing certain death and you need to say something to save your life. Sometimes it's mustahab, like for diplomacy. Taqiyya in that aspect it's not wajib, but it's mustahab.
Can you read the definition of taqiyya, please?
So, yeah. Let me just open التنقيح. So he says the لغوي definition الجهة الأولى إن التقية مصدر التقي يتقى والإسلام تقوى وهي مأخوذها من الوقاية وتأوها بدل من الواو بمعنى الصيانة والتحفظ عن الضرر. So this is the لغوي definition of it. ومنه المتقون لأنهم سانوا أنفسهم عن السخط الله سبحانه وإقابته وقد تجا بمعنى الخوف كما إذا أسند إلى الله سبحانه كما في قوله تعالى واتقوا الله.
Time.
Okay.
All right, that's time.
And
ask the
yeah. So can I now? Sorry. Oh, there was a part where he.
Ahmed, just so you know, we're now going to go into the 3 rounds of 2-minute cross-examination.
So now is it my questioning?
Since Mohammed's 24's in the box already. So what's going to happen? We're going to set 2 minutes. Yeah. We're going to set 2 minutes. You've got every right in this cross-examination to cross-examine him on anything you like. You're cross-examining him. He's giving answers. And then we're going to move that around. And there's going to be 3 rounds of this, dear viewers, for those who are listening. All right, ask the doc, can you set a timer on Mohammed's screen for 2 minutes, if that's all right? And Ahmed will begin his cross-examination.
Okay.
Not yet, Ahmed. Not yet, Ahmed. Let him set the timer. Go ahead.
Yeah, so, Ikhwan, can you post the hadith on the killers of Uthman? Muhammad 24, do you agree that the killers of Uthman are munafiqun?
Yeah, nifaq amali, yeah.
Okay, so
there's a difference between nifaq amali and nifaq i'tiqadi.
So what's the difference between them? Can you tell us?
Yeah, so nifaq i'tiqadi is nafy kamal al-iman. Nifaq i'tiqadi is nafy asl al-iman.
Do you agree that the murji'ah who said that actions are not related to iman are wrong?
Yeah, there's different ta'if of murji'ah, but generally the aqidah that's
are actions related to iman or not?
Yes, they're a pillar of iman, and it's murji'ah.
Okay, so when the hadith was asked regarding the murji'ah on the murji'ah, yes. So when this hadith was in relation to the unaliving, and said that those people who killed Uthman, the unalivers of Uthman, that their action is not tied to iman. Do you agree with the murji'ah on this?
Do I agree with the murji'ah that their actions are not tied to iman? No, I don't agree with the murji'ah.
So do you believe that the Sahaba who unalived, do you firstly agree that those who killed Uthman fell in nifaq?
First of all, I don't concede any of the Sahaba. I don't concede any of the Sahaba killed Uthman. That's the first one.
Okay. So what about Abdul Rahman bin Udays al-Balawi?
Show the narration. Yeah. Show the narration.
We already showed it to you.
No, I said, read the sanad for me. Thank you.
Okay, my time is finished, so you're gonna just gonna run away from answering.
No, you asked me questions and I asked them directly. If you want to show a narration, show it.
Ask the doc, can you set a timer, please, for 2 minutes so M24 can now cross-examine.
M24, do you want to give him 20 seconds to show the sanad?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, go ahead, Ahmed. If you want to show the sanad now, you can.
Yeah, okay, so the hadith where the Uthman's death is prophesized, that's, can you post it up, Ikhwan al-Safa? This is in Kitab al-Sunnah, this is in Akhrajahu al-Tirmidhi, Ibn Majah wa Ahmad.
Kitab al-Sunnah by who?
Al-Khalal, where is it? Let me see, Takhrij Kitab al-Sunnah. Doesn't state, but it's in At-Tirmidhi and Ibn Majah and Ahmad's Muslim, I believe.
Alright, can you show the sanad?
This is authenticated by Albani.
That's fine. Yeah. Still go by the sanad. And show the one of Abdul Rahman.
Okay.
We're breaking structure here. We are breaking debate structure, which is probably not appreciated. Ask the doc, can you set a timer, please, for 2 minutes? So Muhammad.
I just wanted.
No, give him time.
I just wanted him to get that.
Give him more time. Give him more time.
Yeah.
Give him more time. It's okay.
Can you
just that source?
Can you post the hadith?
Yeah. Guys, this is off structure just for a minute to see this sanad. That's it, and then we're going back to Q&A. Or the cross-exam, sorry.
Yeah.
Can you read the chain for me, please?
1 second. Let me open it because it's.
Go left, Ikhwan al-Safa. Go left. Okay. No issues. You don't need to read the chain for me, Ahmed. It has Ibn Lahiya in the sanad, but who is a weak rawi. Do you want to see the jarh and ta'deel on Ibn Lahiya?
Right. So when it comes to historical reports, this is not just narrated by him.
The one that you're bringing me here is by Ibn Lahiya.
Yeah. This is not only narrated.
You want to bring
by
another one?
One sanad.
I'm
I'm establishing.
You
Ibn
can do this in
Taymiyyah,
cross-examination. That's
multiplicity of turuq. Multiplicity of turuq established.
Hold on, Ahmed. Guys, we're going to get back to cross-exam. I think that he showed the Senate. M24 said.
No, Akhi, I haven't finished. I need to
we gave you
establish a
extra time.
principle that's accepted.
Extra time. That's
Yeah. Why are you scared? Why are you scared?
Okay,
guys,
why are you scared?
we're just breaking debate structure. I don't want to.
In Majmu' al-Fatawa. 1 second. Allow me to finish, man.
1 second. What do you mean I'm scared? I gave you extra time and you're saying I'm scared?
This is
I gave you extra time.
Hold on a minute.
I gave you extra time.
Hold on a minute. All right, Doc, can you start the time? Doc, Ahmed, you've got 2 more rounds of cross-examination to bring the points. He asked a question. We allowed an extra minute. We allowed that. Now let's go back to the debate structure.
So M24, 2 minutes of cross-examination. You can ask whatever you want to ask.
Yeah, so firstly, in Tarikh Khalifat ibn Khayyat, he mentions, right? He says, he brings a narration from Al-Hasan al-Basri. It was asked, أَكَانَ فِي مَنْ قَتَلَ عُثْمَانَ أَحَدٌ مِنْ الْمُهَاجِرِينَ وَالْأَنصَارِ? Was there anyone from the people that killed Uthman, from the Sahaba? قَالَ لَا كَانُوا أَعْلَاجًا مِنْ أَهْلِ مِصْرِ. Right? They were a people of scum from Misr. They were not from the Sahaba. That's the first thing. We have Al-Hasan al-Basri saying this. Now, my question is very simple. He said they don't believe in the concept of Adalat al-Sahaba. Right? And this whole debate, to be honest, was kind of off topic. But no issues. We still have time. He said he doesn't believe in the concept of Adalat al-Sahaba. You don't believe in the concept of Adalat al-Sahaba, Ahmed. Why did your hadith scholars, your muhaddithin, such as al-Tusi, okay, why do they mention, and Ibn Shahrashub and other of them, why do they mention that they believe that all of the companions of Ja'far al-Sadiq are udul? And your scholars comment on this and they say this is Adalat al-Sahaba, whether you like it or not. Go ahead.
In the introduction, Muhammad 24, did I not tell you that we don't stick to like this Rijalism? To us, Rijalism, I gave you the usul that we adopt, that we follow. So if a scholar says that there's Adalat al-Sahaba here and there, the concept of Adalat al-Sahaba, and second, we reject from the Sunnis.
Is Tusi wrong for saying that? Is Tusi wrong?
Because the definition of Sahaba, according to us, is the one who was a mu'min. Right?
Okay, 1 second.
So
is Tusi wrong? Is Tusi wrong for saying all companions of Ja'far al-Sadiq are udul? Yes or no?
The ones that were mu'min.
Yes or no? Answer my question. Answer my question, bro. It's a cross-examination. Answer my question.
Yeah, I'll answer it.
Is he wrong? Yes or no?
Don't interrupt.
Is he wrong? Yes or no? Just answer it.
Okay. Here, At-Tusi and Al-Mufid and others, can you post the definition of Sahaba
question.
by our scholars? Yeah, I'm answering. You're not allowing me to answer.
Yeah, is he wrong?
Actually
yes
interrupting
or
no?
Ahmed.
1 second, Doc.
Let me bring you.
Ahmed. Okay.
That's a waste of my time.
I don't think you know how formal debates work, brother. Okay, this is a cross-examination. He asks you the question and you answer it. You don't get a teaching point. You don't get to slide in a teaching point about what's a mu'min and not a mu'min. He's asking you simply about, is Tusi wrong to say that that you guys have Adalat al-Sahaba as well?
Tusi and Ibn Shahrashub and At-Tabarasi and these people, were they wrong for saying this? Yes or no?
You can say I don't want to answer, dude, but you don't get to turn the question into a teaching point. You don't get to do that.
I'm answering if you allow me to host. Why are you jumping in? Let me expand my answer, okay?
Ahmed, we're limited to a time, and this is part of a formal debate structure. Now for everyone...
Yeah, so let me answer. Allow me. You can't just ask me a question and then interrupt me as I'm answering.
Earlier. Hold on a minute.
Can you give Ikhwan big screen so we can go through the definition of Sahaba?
We cannot do that now. You can do that in your next round.
That's fine.
He needs to answer my question. Is a Tusi? Is a Tusi? Is a Shahrashub? Is a Tabarasi?
1 second. M24. Let me answer.
Both of you for a minute. No, Ahmed, listen. We've got a structure. You need to follow it, and that's how a debate works. This is not an open forum where you can both just go at it and break off the rules of this debate. You agreed to a debate, and now you're going to agree to the terms of the debate. So we're going to go back to the debate. We're going to go back to the 2-minute rebuttal. We're going to go back to the 2-minute cross-examination. Doc, can you set a timer, please? Because now Ahmed's cross-examining Mohammed. You guys need to respect the setup of the debate. You've had plenty of time to raise the points. We had over 25 minutes to raise your points. So now it's very simple. Just cross-examine one another on what was said earlier. If you disagree with something, this is your opportunity to do it.
All right, Doc. Before 1 second, Doc, because he cross-examined me and I answered right on the spot. He didn't answer one simple question. Is al-Tabrasi
Let me answer.
Let the audience
definition of Sahabi.
M24, I agree with you, brother. But listen.
Okay, but before 1 second, before I answer.
Let the audience decide.
Let me answer your question. Why am I getting
furious?
Guys, okay. Nobody unmute, guys. Stop. At the end of the day, M24, the structure is there. We have to make sure he stays inside of it. But whether he answers your questions is not something anybody can force. There's 1,100 people. If they see him running from a question, they're going to make their own determination based on that.
Exactly.
You guys are both here to give da'wah, right? On what you believe. So that's what the people will see. Simple. Now we're going back to cross-examinations. Ahmed, you get 2 minutes, okay?
Thank you, Doc.
Yeah, so I'll just address because it's my time now. So the definition of Sahabi, according to us, whether it's the Sahabi of the Prophet.
You can't do that, dude. You can't do that.
And can you give Ikhwan big screen? Can you give Ikhwan big screen? فائق المقال في الحديث والرجال. According to our scholars, the definition of Sahabi, من صحب النبي صلى الله عليه وآله مؤمنا ومات على ذلك. So it's not even a Muslim, but a mu'min. So the Sahaba, by definition, the istilahi meaning of the Sahabi that our scholars agree, has to be mu'min. So someone who is a mu'min, by definition, he's someone who does not have fisk. We don't say that anyone.
Ahmed, what's your question?
Ahmed,
my question is, so which he ran away from before, did the companions, we'll get to the different types of nifaq first, but did the companions who unalived the Uthman, were they munafiqeen? And you said that you brought a qawl of Hassan al-Basri, that none of them did that. You brought one narration, an athar of tabi'i, against a multiplicity of narrations that state otherwise. From all of the early historians, Ibn Sa'ad, Ibn Shabba, Al-Waqidi, all of these, Baladhari, all of them.
What's the question?
Nice one, Al-Waqidi. Yeah, go ahead, ask your question.
So my question is, are the companions who killed Uthman, should they be followed or not?
Yeah, so once again, I don't consider companions, right? And he said, you're bringing me one riwayah compared to a multitude of riwayat. You have two people that narrate this, Ibn Lahiya and Sayf ibn Umar.
Ibn Lahiya, is he narrator of Bukhari or not?
One second, Sayf ibn Umar, let me answer. Sayf ibn Umar and Ibn Lahiya, both of them are weak. And he just himself just quoted Al-Waqidi. Like, this guy's embarrassing himself. This guy's embarrassing himself.
Ibn Lahiya is from Rijal of Muslim.
Ahmed, you asked a question, he gave an answer, now he's asking the questions. And can you please use cross-examination to ask direct questions? I mean,
okay, can someone put the 2 minutes.
Anyway.
Put the 2 minutes. No, give him the big screen and put the 2 minutes on him.
No, it's your turn now to ask questions.
Yeah, so, but the timer's on him. He's speaking, so the question's going to be... Yes, so just remove the timer off of me and...
Bro, it doesn't matter, dude. It's your 2 minutes to ask him questions. So I'm going to start them over on your clock. Go ahead.
Okay, beautiful. So he didn't answer my question. Is Al-Tusi, is Al-Tabrasi, is Ibn Shahrashub, all these scholars that believed in the adala, of the companions of Ja'far al-Sadiq, are these people wrong? Yes or no? Hello?
So the companions, as I told you, the companions understood here are the ones who are mu'mineen and who died upon iman. They, of course, by the very definition of a mu'min is that he doesn't lie. So we have a different definition. To you guys, anyone who was a Muslim and saw the Prophet, he's a companion and died upon Islam. To us, our definition is more strict.
My other question. So look,
our definition is more
1
strict.
second. So, okay, we got it. We got your answer. You didn't answer, but okay, we got your turnaround.
Yeah, okay.
Now look. He's saying they are mu'mineen. They are saying that Ja'far al-Sadiq had 4,000 companions. All of them are trustworthy. Now answer my question. Is every single companion of Ja'far al-Sadiq a mu'min?
can you show the narration where they say all 4,000 of them are mu'mineen? Go ahead.
Right here. No, I didn't say all 4,000 of them are mu'mineen. That's a straw man. I said, you said a sahabi is a mu'min. So I said, they said all 4,000 of them are trustworthy. Are all 4,000 mu'mineen? Yes or no?
If there was, where can you put the narration that 4,000 of them
make my screen
trustworthy
bigger.
and mu'mineen?
Make my screen bigger. I never said mu'mineen. That was a question directed to you. All right. So this is قواعد الحديث. He mentions أصحاب الإمام الصادق, and then he says قال شيخ المفيد فإن أصحاب الحديث قد جمعوا أسماء الرواة عنه عليه السلام من الثقات على اختلافهم في الآراء والمقالات فكانوا 4,000 رجل. 4,000 trustworthy. So my question is, are all 4,000 of them mu'mineen? Yes or no? Track the argument, my guy. It's not that hard.
Yeah, if that's the opinion of the scholars.
Is he right? Yes or no?
Yeah. We don't have any.
He doesn't want to answer, bro.
One second.
Someone do something.
Do
this guy's not answering.
Do we have a biography of 100,000 companions of the Prophet?
Answer the question. Are all 4,000 of Ja'far al-Sadiq's companions mu'mineen?
Doc, can we start the 2-minute timer because this goes into cross-examination as well?
This guy's done. He's done. He's done. I know you're shocked.
Is it my now?
It's okay, bro. You've never stick to Mullah Sadr and this stuff.
Go ahead.
You've never seen this stuff in your life, bro.
I
know. Nervous laugh.
So now, be quiet.
Laugh it off.
Okay. You said Ibn Lahiya. You said Ibn Lahiya.
It's Lahiya.
Is he not one of these narrators of Muslim?
Show me where Ibn Lahiya is a Muslim. Go ahead.
1 second.
These are the followers of Mullah Sadr, by the way.
Ikhwan, can you post the scan showing that he is one of the narrators? In Ibn Lahiya, خرج له البخاري ومسلم. This is Al-Kashf al-Mubdi.
Where does it say that?
Read the highlighted part.
That's your scan. Read it, bro. What does it say? أخرج له البخاري ومسلم.
خرج له البخاري ومسلم.
Where? Show me. I can't see it. Say he's not even reading the same scan, bro.
Kashf al-Mubdi.
He's showing Rijal Sahih Muslim. Completely different scan.
It's the same one.
Now he just put it up. Okay, no issues.
Yeah.
So even if one second. Let me answer.
Also, do you concede?
Let me answer.
Okay, go ahead.
So even if Ibn Lahiya is from Rijal Muslim, you have to understand, Muslim has something in his books called Mutaba'at and Mu'allaqat.
But you denied that he was.
Let me answer, bro.
Okay,
let me answer. Okay? He's asking me a question, he's not letting me answer. So first of all, Muslim and Bukhari, they have something called Mutaba'at and Mu'allaqat. What does that mean? That means that they will intentionally include some ruwat in these Mutaba'at and Mu'allaqat who don't have dhabt. However, these narrations already have backup narrators. That's why I'm telling you, nobody except Sayf ibn Umar and Ibn Lahiya narrate this. If you can bring me a chain in its that is fully authentic, then I'll concede it to you, but you're not doing that. So it's a shahid.
That's time. Mohammed, this is your last round of 2-minute cross-examination, so use it wisely. Doc, can we set a timer?
Yeah.
Let Ahmed go big box because Mohammed's going to be questioning you.
Okay, beautiful. So he didn't answer my question about whether his scholars are wrong. Now, beautiful. His scholars said they are all thiqat. My question is, how are all of Ja'far al-Sadiq's companions all trustworthy when I showed you that Muhsin al-Amin brings narrations of them calling each other kuffar, zanadiqa, and kadhabin? That's my first question. Answer it.
Sorry, can you repeat the question?
Bro, he's just wasting my time.
No. I was
We'll give you another.
That's fine. Give him extra 10 seconds.
Okay, so my question is as follows. Your scholars such as At-Tabrasi, At-Tusi, Ibn Shahrashub, they say that all the scholars of Ja'far al-Sadiq are trustworthy. You get that? That's the first point. Point number 2, they follow it up by other scholars such as Muhsin al-Amin and A'yan al-Shia, saying that these are the same companions that used to accuse each other of kufr, zandaqa, and lying. How are they trustworthy if they were kuffar, zanadiqa, and liars? Answer the question.
So, like I said for the third time, that the definition of the Sahabi here, there's a Lughawi definition, and then Istilahi one, where the Lughawi one is someone who just met, who accompanied someone, right? This is
He's not answering my question, bro.
And for the Imams. Allow me to speak. So the ones that they say that they were thiqat,
all of them, you said all of them.
Honest, yeah.
There's not some of them, it's all of them.
Yeah.
You said all of them.
Yeah. So did Ja'far as-Sadiq, he had even Sunni and Imam al-Baqir, there was Khawarij that narrated from him.
He's not answering my question.
What are the Khawarij according to us mu'mineen?
He's not answering my question. Now,
so even the Khawarij and the Sunnis, they had Sunni companions. Are they mu'mineen according to us? So that's your answer. So the fact that they had narrators who were not even,
you said because I had to repeat my question that took 30 seconds.
You get another 10 seconds.
Wait.
Ahmed, hold on, dude.
Yeah, so now, this is Qamus al-Rijal. Look what they say about the companions of Ja'far al-Sadiq, or the companions of the Imam. They say, إِنَّ قَوْلُهُمْ فُلَانٍ صَاحِبُ إِمَامْ فُلَانِ مَدْحٌ ظَاهِرٌ بَلْ هُوَ فَوْقُ الْوَثَاقَةِ. Why? He says, فَلَا بُدَّ أَنْ لَا يَتَّخِذُوا صَاحِبًا لَهُمْ عَلَيْهِ السَّلَامِ إِلَّا كَانَ مِنْ ذَا نَفْسٍ قُدْسِيَّةٍ. He says, Imam cannot accompany someone except if his nafs is qudsiyya, he's pure. The Imam cannot accompany someone, and him being known in the books of Rijal as even being the companion of the Imam, except that this person is pure. You're saying
he's saying,
one second, don't cut me up. So now you're saying, one second, your own scholars are saying, now let me ask my question. Let me ask my question.
No, you're doing tadlis here.
I didn't do any tadlis. Stop lying.
What's the question?
He's saying some people claim this. Yeah? Bring up At-Tusi's point.
That's not even a Tusi.
Give him.
That's not even a Tusi. That's not even a Tusi. It's not even a Tusi. It's not even a Tusi. I said a two-story. I said a two-story. No, the different. You don't know your scholars?
Hey guys, on to the next. Yeah, go ahead.
We're going to go to 3 questions from the audience. Now, for all of those that are attacking the format, I think speakers that come into a format like this need to be more prepared. That's my honest feedback. I mean, Q&A should be very straightforward, very precise questions, and hopefully very precise answers. Now, I'm not going to comment on whether or not I believe that has been done correctly. With that being said, we're going to go to 3 questions from the audience, and each speaker will have 2-minute response times. Now, if I can just be perfectly honest, the Orthodox Muslim is on the panel here, and I think I'll give him the honor of wanting to ask Ahmed a question if he wants to, or Liban. I mean, you guys are included in this as well.
I'll just say that you should have really stopped Ahmed earlier when he wasted 10-15 minutes with a simple question. Muhammad was answering the questions very briefly and precisely. I don't have a question to ask.
Liban, let's talk about that after the debate.
You made a comment, so no, Haq, no. You made a comment and I made a comment. We can go to the questions, inshallah.
Inshallah. All right, so here we go. First and foremost, does anybody on the panel want to ask Ahmed a question? He's got 2-minute responses before I go to the audience who are potentially requesting.
Okay, guys, M24, pick 3 people, brother, that you want to ask questions.
Libiano, you want to ask a question, bro? Go ahead.
Can we set a timer after the question, please?
Yeah, so I just want to press on what Muhammad was asking you about. Is it the case that anybody who meets the Imam must have a purified soul? And if that's the case, then anybody who narrates from him and all of his companions must be trustworthy narrators. I'd like a concise answer, please.
Thank you, Orthodox. Ask the doc. We got a timer.
Yeah, can I answer? Yeah. So that is not absolutely not true, because there are people who are Khawarij and Sunnis, proto-Sunnis, that were companions or met the Imams in the Lughawi word. But when the companions actually is used in the Istilahi, Rijali sense, they were the ones who are mu'mineen. So not everyone that just saw, we don't have this belief that anyone who saw or spent some time with any of the Imams or even the Prophet have this holy nafs or anything like that. So no.
Okay, you want to go to a question for M24 next?
They should, when somebody asks, hold on. When somebody asks a question, the other person should have time to respond to the answer, and vice versa. That's how usually it works.
Yeah. M24 gets a chance. Go ahead.
I'm sorry, I wasn't listening. Can you repeat that?
It was one question.
Answer Libiano's
I
got to answer.
Three questions.
I got to answer.
You get to comment on his answer.
Oh yeah. So his answer is obviously bogus because
where did this format come from?
Hey, go on mute, boy.
No.
Yeah, so why are you changing the rules?
Guys, everybody.
Why are you changing the rules mid-debate?
Guys, everybody pause. Huck, in all debates, the other person can have a comment on the question being asked. Ahmed, you're going to be able to do the same thing, dude. Relax.
Okay, fine. No problem. As long as I get the same chance, that's fine.
Yes,
yeah, beautiful. So a Tusturi in Qamus al-Rijal, he says, Inna qawlahum. He misunderstood the Arabic language. He thinks qawlahum is him just quoting people, like random people. He's quoting the book, the men of Sir and Rijal, the Muhaddithin. So when they comment under the tarjama of somebody, Fulan sahib al-Imam al-Fulani, that he is the companion of said Imam, right? This is above him being trustworthy. Rather, it's him having a purified soul. He says, لِأَنَّهُ فَلَا بُدَّ أَنْ لَا يَتَّخِذُ صَاحِبًا لَهُمْ عَلَيْهِمُ السَّلَامِ إِلَّا مَنْ كَانَ ذَا نَفْسٍ قُدْسِيَّةٍ. So he just brushed Libiano's question off, right? This is clear from a Tusturi. He's saying that the Imams cannot...
Show the whole scan, M24.
Bro, no, dude, it's not a debate, man. It's open.
Anyway, so that's my comments on what he says.
Okay,
that's my comments on his question.
Mohammed 24, who would you like to ask? Who would you like? Sorry, Ahmed. Who would you like to ask the question to? I'll tell you who's in the request box, and you can make a decision. Ikhwan al-Safa, you're more than welcome to ask a question on behalf of the Shia side because you're on the panel if you want to, and Mohammed will have 2 minutes to respond.
He's not on the panel.
If you don't need 2 minutes. Oh, he's not on the panel.
Is there a Shia in the chat who would like to ask M24 a question? Yes or no? Ahmed, did you bring any of your friends, brother, that want to?
Can go up.
Okay, I don't see any of them. I don't see any of them in the queue.
Wait, the question has to relate to what was shown, right?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, let's see who's in the request box. Can anybody put one in the comments if you... Oh, Brethren of Purity, here we go. All right. So, Brethren of Purity, you'll have one question, and Mohammed 24 will have 2 minutes to answer your question. If he doesn't decide to go the whole 2 minutes, it's completely up to him. Go ahead.
I get to make a comment.
Yes.
I think we're going to need Fuad to translate this one. But yeah, go ahead.
Okay, go ahead, brethren. Hua. Go ahead, Hua.
Yeah, M24.
Yep.
So what about the most...
refrain from laughing in the middle of a question, brother. Thank you. Go ahead, brethren.
Yeah. What about the most basic question that Ahmad asked, which is how do you actually establish the historicity of the Sunni Hadith corpus when majority of it is just based on 6 common links?
What? I'm sorry, Wallah, I didn't understand.
He said, how do you authenticate the historicity of the Sunni Hadith corpus if it's all based on 6 links?
6 links.
That's what he said, yeah.
Okay, if that's what he said, I'll answer it very simply. First of all, alhamdulillah, our Hadith corpus, right? If I want him to actually, can he clarify what does he mean by 6 links?
What do you mean by 6 links, brother?
I just need a bit of clarification so I don't misrepresent him. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. The reference from Ali al-Madini that Ahmad showed in the beginning. Do you remember that reference?
I don't.
So there's this quote from Ali al-Madini about 6 common links. Yeah, that the majority of the asanid, the madar for them are 6 people. People like Az-Zuhri and Qatada and Amr bin Dinar. So what do you do about this hadith corpus which goes to 6 people 150 years after the Prophet?
Okay, no issues. I'm struggling to understand, but it's okay.
Saying that it all goes back to 6 Sahabi or something like that.
Yeah. So first of all,
not 6 Sahabis.
Sahabi.
six tabi'in. No issues. Let me answer.
Okay, no problem.
Let me answer it. So first of all, I don't remember the statement of Ali ibn al-Madini. But even if Ali ibn al-Madini said that, which I don't believe he did, or I don't remember him showing it, that's fine, right? If these 6 tabi'in are thiqat and they're trustworthy and they're not liars like Zurara ibn A'yun, then this is fine, right? Why? Because that's if we're going to concede that, right? That's what I'm saying. Because first of all, our hadith corpus and the way that we classify who's thiqa and who's not is the same way that you guys do, or apparently, quote unquote, the same way that you guys do it. Why? Because your scholars who built your hadith science corpus for you, right, admitted that they stole it from Sunnis. So if you're going to say that my hadith science corpus relies on 6 people and these 6 people are not trustworthy, then according to you, right, by virtue of you attacking my hadith corpus and saying that it's weak based off of that, then you're going to have to by default attack yours, because your own scholars say that they took their hadith corpus from the Amma. So if you're going to say that statements of Ali ibn al-Madini is a ta'an, you just took the statements of Ali ibn al-Madini and you're asserting that it is a ta'an, right? Then I'm going to say it's not a ta'an. And if you believe it's ta'an, then this is the same usul, or what you believe, you failed horribly at copying it, as the usul of your hadith.
All right, Ahmed, you can give some commentary.
Yeah, so can I? Let me comment. So see how this guy is not even familiar with his own Rijal books. That this guy, uses this Rijal, Ali ibn al-Madini's 6 common links, or the 6 main sources of Sunni hadith. He's not even familiar with this. This is like something that's so basic. Anyone would know who are the common links of hadith. That if you don't know all 6, at least you can name a few of them. So this shows his whole ignorance. He can't even engage with the question. So
are you
what Brethren
on M24?
What Brethren is saying is, how can you establish the historicity of Sunni hadith when it all goes back to a bottleneck of 6 people who are, according to even your own scholars, they were mudallisin, like Zuhri and others. Okay, that's what he's saying. So you guys always say that, your hadith just goes to these imams and so forth, but your ones don't even go to the authority that you guys want to claim to follow.
Okay.
You failed to actually answer the question.
Okay, dude.
Let's go to a question for Ahmed.
Ibn Uwais, go ahead. Is that who you want next, M24?
Yeah, Ibn Uwais could ask, yeah.
Or find a third person to get them ready. Okay, go ahead, Ibn Uwais.
Okay, yeah, so building off what Muhammad mentioned from the sayings of al-Mufid and al-Hur al-Amili with regards to the adala of all the companions of Ja'far al-Sadiq, right? So Ahmed was disputing the fact that the asl and the default position of every Sahabi of Ja'far al-Sadiq is that he's thiqa, when his own companions or his own scholars, when they mentioned and commented on these words of al-Hur al-Amili and Mufid, for example, Shahrudi, he says, فيمكن أن يقال أن الأصل الوثاقة في أصحاب الصادق عليه السلام إلا من خرج بدليل. So he says the default position of each companion of Ja'far al-Sadiq is that he's adil until proven otherwise. So do you agree with this?
No, the scholars have different opinions when it comes to the Sahaba. So unless the fisq is known,
you set a timer? Can you set a timer?
Unless the fisq of some particular companion or person is known, this is the traditional Rijali method. Now, obviously, we don't have a system which is agreed upon by all the scholars, and neither do you guys. Like you guys would have like this Khabar al-Ahad rejected by Ash'aris or someone. You guys have the same differences of opinion. So just because a particular scholar holds that, but this in general, if a fisq is not known, even critical historians, they don't simply reject. Let's say, for example, someone is not a sinner or something. This doesn't necessitate that this person is even lying. So this is why the traditional Rijali system that this person was not, he didn't, he sinned or he did something. Like even you guys hold this principle. So the actual
so
objective.
do you concede or not?
No, I'm saying If
Do you concede to An-Namazi Shahrudi's position
that's
that the
his
default position of a Sahabi of Ja'far al-Sadiq is that he's thiqa until proven otherwise?
If the fisq is not known,
you just conceded Adat al-Sahaba, thank you.
But no, if the fisq is not known, but for you guys, the fisq is known.
So you said if the fisq is not known, you said the fisq is not known, then the default position, you said the default position is that he's thiqa and that he's adil.
You guys,
just conceded Adat al-Sahaba.
The fisq is known and you accept them. That's Adalat al-Sahaba.
This guy's clipped position.
No, if the fisq is not known. So if
that's exactly what Adalat al-Sahaba is, boy.
But the fisq of your companions is known. You said, you agree that they committed fisq. You agree that they committed fisq.
Yeah,
and then you
the
accept it. You accept the adala. One second.
Yeah,
you accept the adala of the Sahaba, even though they were fusaq. That's the
Fuad's going to be my third question.
See how you're not engaging. You're not engaging.
Because it's your turn to answer the question.
It's Q&A. Let Ahmed give some comments.
But this is a discussion.
Listen, Ahmed, you could do damage control after.
The difference is if the fisq is known.
Stop. It's M24's turn to give his comment on that question that Ibn Uwais asked. And then somebody on your side, it looks like Sayyid Sashimi, will come up here and ask a question. Go ahead.
And Rise brother Ali from the Shia.
All right, boss. Restart my timer.
Okay.
Well, there's only one more question for both parties. Go ahead, M24.